Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sounds so cliche. I mean, saying cliche sounds cliche. Never mind. So many of y'all don't know that I read books. Well, I actually started reading books when Modi ji announced lockdown, so it was in 2020. Before that, I used to hate books. Like whenever I used to hear people talk about books, I go nuts. Will be like, bro, books are for fucking old people. You should not talk about books when you're with me. Yeah, it has always been that. But tables have turned and I'm an avid reader now. So yeah, in today's video, I will be reviewing some of the books that I have read over the years. Well, it's not possible to list them all down, shoot in a single video. So I think I will make part 1 and part 2. I mean, this is the part 1. Part 2 will come soon if you guys show interest. So yeah, I will keep it short. I will list only 3 books. I think without further ado, I think let's just get into it. Okay, the first book is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This book is a dystopian novel. Dystopian novel is something where, okay, just imagine a condition where everything bad is happening. Everything just was happening. That's what it is. And it's a very old and classic novel. Definitely give it a read. The Fahrenheit 451 is actually the temperature where the book paper catches fire. The title itself is so catchy, and I think it just suits very well with this book, with the story and everything. I'll give you a little bit what the book is about. So the writer imagines a world where reading book is banned. It's more of like a post-apocalyptic world where you cannot read books. How ironic. The protagonist, Montag, what happens is a fireman who destroys book, right? Who destroys book and destroys everything that remains. The story raises the question, this story raises a very critical question, that how can we preserve one's mind in society? Like, where there is free will and free of expression and everything is under the fire. And also it talks about how everything will turn into metaverse one day, and also the technology and the mass media is like kind of erasing the ability of the human being to have an independent thought. But the only problem with this book is that Ray Bradbury is a very preachy and heavy writer. So if you're a beginner, you will find it very hard to get it, like in a one go. Personally speaking, I have to read this book twice. It was just difficult for me to like grasp what writer is trying to say, what the writer is trying to convey. Definitely you should give it a read. 10 on 10. So the second book is Think Like a Monk. Well, this was like one of my first self-help books that I've ever read. It was my last also. We'll see, I have a very different perception towards self-help books. So I have read few articles about like, is self-help book like really helped you in your life or anything? Few of them actually wrote that it helped in their work so much. I mean, if that's genuine, man, you're lucky to be that person. I don't just get self-help books, to be honest, According to self-help books, everything we are doing is wrong. Everything we are doing is making mistakes. Aren't life is supposed to be making mistakes and learning it from them? I would give this book 5. I mean, it was very beautifully written, of course. Get to see a lot about how he thinks, like Jay Shetty. So you should, you can. It was not a good read. Anyway, third book is Homo Deus by Yuval Noah Harari. Come here. Let me tell you, my friend. Yuval Noah Harari is one of the best thinkers of our time. Now you can go. Homo Deus is about, it focuses on future of mankind. He covers everything about human, animals. How come we are the superior? How come human beings are superior? Does human have a soul? He all covers it from a very scientific perspective. He talks about AI and it's just like Homo Deus is fascinating. Homo Deus is utterly fascinating. Because when you're reading this book, right, you will have this thought, oh, I have this thought moment. Okay, you will have this moment of like, oh, I have this thought, or like, oh, why I didn't have this thought moment. And also like provides a lot of knowledge about our future, about our past. Homo sapiens is more of like a prequel to Homo Deus, and Homo Deus is like sequel kind of. So you can read both. Fat ass book. It took me almost like 2 days to complete. If you made it till here, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And also if you want a part 2 or whatever, you know what to do. You know the drill. You're smart enough. Your little brown girl is